What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes. And today I wanted to highlight interest rates between our traditional finance institutions and crypto ones, right? Crypto exchanges. And this is just off exchange. So the central exchanges typically can have a lower yield than decentralized versions. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to compare just the averages for U.S. banks, and I'll highlight one Canadian bank as well because they're all usually they're all around the same in terms of the interest rates. And then I will highlight what potential yield there is in 3 different crypto exchanges. So I'm going to get right to it. So if you guys can see here, I found this, which was the average bank interest rate, checking, savings, money markets, all that. So if you look, this is for US banks, okay? So the average bank interest rate for a checking account is 0.03%. 0.03%. Savings account, a whopping double, which is 0.06%. And then money market, which is triple the interest checking rate at 0.09%. So let that sink in for a second. 0.03%, 0.06%, 0.09% average. So on average, you are earning less than 1% on what you hold. And this doesn't even account for certain accounts are going to ask you to maintain a minimum balance. So, or locked in, right? Not only do you need a minimum, but you may need to have a locked in for a certain period of time in order to earn such astounding interest rates. So this is the average of what you get in the United States. And what I want to move on to is the Canadian bank. This is Scotiabank, a bank. This was actually my first bank ever as a child. I still hold an account there today. Interest rates were a lot different then. But, I wanted to see kind of what are we looking at here, in terms of interest. And yeah, we could go through each and every Canadian bank, but they're all relatively the same. Okay, so if we were to look here at a non-registered plan savings account, so that's an investment. Actually, let's go to savings account. Okay, what do we got? First of all, they love to make it super complicated. Like, I don't know what we need all these columns and rows and all that good stuff. Anyways, that's just how traditional financing works. But if you look here, we're getting, man, this is amazing, 0.3%. Hold on, what did I say for this one? I said just less than 1%. Sorry, I meant less than 0.1%. 0.1%. So not 1%, 0.1. You're not even getting 0.1 on average in your money market account, which is 3 times what would be in a interest checking account. So I wanted to make that correction. So back to Scotia here, we've got 0.3%, and 90 day, if you lock it up for 90 days, 0.3. If you lock it up here, you're going to get all these different types of all kinds of different stuff here. Okay, so Momentum Plus 0.3. If you're preferred versus Ultimate, you can get up to a whopping 0.4. So not even 0.5%. Not even, yeah. Okay, so then we're looking here to 90 days. Best you're going to do is 0.75%. And if you go through all this shenanigans here of being preferred versus ultimate, you can get 0.8 to 0.85%. Okay, 180 days, 270 days, 360. Like, at best, if you lock it up for 1 year and you go through the hoops and pay the fees to, get a preferred or ultimate, you can get a maximum of 1.4%. 1.4% maximum. All right. And even if I just click on what does it mean to be a preferred package customer, you look down here is that I literally have to pay $17 a month, or I have to have $4,000 in my bank, in my account. So that's just to get, what was it, 1.35? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. And I wonder if it has who even knows what the ultra plan would be? So kind of get myself out of here. Right here. Let's see what an ultimate package customer is. What do we got? There we go. So you have to pay a measly $31 a month just to get 1.4%, or hold $5,000 in your account and you pay nothing. So whatever you do, God forbid, do not go under $5,000 or you will be paying $31 a month. Whether you make transactions, you do anything on it or not, that's what you're going to be paid. Again, to get at best 1.4%. Okay, so we had in the US side, we had 0.03%, 0.06%, and 0.09%. So less than 0.1% was the best one that we could do on average. On the Canadian side, if we're assuming all are relatively the same, we're looking at 1.4% as the best, locked up for 360 days. And if you go ahead and become an ultimate customer where you're paying a certain fee just to get the right to earn 1.4%, and please make sure you have your minimum balance of $5,000. Okay, this is how traditional finance has been built. This is what we are all used to, and most of us, myself included, prior to entering the crypto space, never questioned it. We're just like, yeah, let's leave it in the bank, or maybe you invested somewhere else. But these are the banks that are, quote unquote, there to protect us and help the customer. And all they're doing is taking your money when you put it into your bank account, and they're lending that money out and earning much better yield than 1.4% or 0.09%. Okay, so that's traditional finance. So the three exchanges that I picked is Nexo, Celsius, and Crypto.com. So if we look over here, I want to minimize myself. All right, so Nexo. Now, this is, you can earn in Nexo, you can earn in kind, right? In kind meaning whatever you deposit. So let's say you deposit Bitcoin, your interest would be in Bitcoin. If you did earn in Nexo, that's the native token. So most of these platforms will have their own token. So Nexo has its Nexo token, Celsius will have its Cell token, and Crypto.com will have its Chronos token. So they all have that. There's all perks to it. We're not going to get into all that. But usually you get a better interest rate if you're earning in their native token. But let's say you don't. Okay, we're just going to earn in kind, keep it as is. Do you guys see 1.4% here? Do you see a 0.09%? We're looking at 10% for USDC and USDT stablecoins. All right, we're looking at ETH having 6%, Bitcoin having 6%. I mean, there's nothing here that's under 6%. And we can scroll down. Well, there's a 1%, and that's on Doge, which is a very speculative, some would say meme coin, altcoin, whatever you want to call it. So the most speculative play, literally what people consider a meme coin, gets 1%. That's still more than your 0.09%. And that's at your traditional bank. That's similar to the Canadian yield, which is 1.4, and that's if you're paying fees or keeping a minimum balance. All right. So, and that's for what's considered a meme coin. Okay, so 6% really is the benchmark here. All right. So 14% over here. I mean, this is the crypto yield. But let's move on. Maybe you think, hey, this is just Nexo. It's just one exchange. Okay. All right, let's check out Celsius. Now, I do know Celsius, their rates have drastically reduced from what they used to be. Okay, but let's take a look. What does it say here? What do we got? Okay, so stable coins. Okay, 7. So here it is. So look, if you earn in kind, meaning what you deposited in that same asset, you get less. If you're getting it in the native token, which is Cell, you'll get more. Okay, but let's forget Cell. We're gonna go with the lower one. So these are all stable coins. They do not fluctuate. They're not volatile. You're getting 7%. Okay, 4%, 4.6, 4.6. That's the lowest. All right, let's go to the gold ones. Okay, 5.5%. And now we just go to the cryptocurrencies here. And we're looking at, okay, we're 5.5. 5 is lowest 5, 5.02, 4.06. Okay. Come down here. All right. So now 1.75. Bitcoin 1.5. All right. 111. And so all these ones here, except for Mana, actually, that's surprising. Mana's 0.5. So very small, but 0.5 is still more than 0.09 for anyone in the US as an average, right? And what's great about Celsius is you don't actually have to lock it up for any period of time. As soon as you deposit it, you earn your interest. So pretty fascinating that you can get a better yield just putting it here. Not as great as Nexo. But Celsius was much better before all of this. So the rates seem to be going down. Let's check crypto.com. All right, here's another big exchange. You look at 4% for ETH. That used to be at 6.5%. So that has changed. Avalanche 6%. Okay, Compound here is 3%. 3%. Okay, those are low. Yeah, lowest is 3%. Anything else on the screen here? Yeah, no. And it says earn up to 14.5%. And 10% just for stable coins. So depending on how you kind of work things, 6% for Bitcoin, 6% for ETH. Sometimes these guys play it out where they don't, when they advertise this, they don't tell you that it is, 6% if you hold a certain amount. And if you go over that, anything over that portion is going to be much significantly lower yield. So maybe 6% from 0 to 1 Bitcoin or 0 to 0.5. And after that, it may be 1.5. So that's one of the things that they don't say a lot of times. But the USDC, the stable coin here, is typically 10% across the board, no matter how much you have in there. So I wanted to highlight that for you guys. Recap. We have 0.03, 0.06, 0.09 for the average US account in terms of interest earned, APY. Canadian, I took Scotiabank, and we just assumed that the rest of the banks kind of fall in line in and around there. And you're looking at best, if you go through all the hurdles and fees of becoming an ultimate customer, you'll get 1.4% APY, and there is a minimum balance and or a fee associated with that. And then once we compare that to the crypto space, you're not getting anything less than 6% on certain exchanges, no less than 3 to 4% on another, and the other one may have 6% or so. 3%. Okay, and those are, some of the coins there highly speculative, right? And this is not even to mention, like I said, if you go on a decentralized exchange and, you do a little bit of work, you can earn up to 19%, which is pretty stable. So the Terra Luna ecosystem, if you peg the UST, their stable coin, you can get 19.3%, somewhere in and around there. So really take a look at traditional finance versus the crypto space and get that interest while you can. All right. It's definitely something. Passive income is not to be frowned upon. Not everything has to be, you hit the gold mine when it comes to some coin shooting up 100x or 1000x. Getting that passive yield is just as important. So hope you guys found this valuable. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, share, notification, all of that good stuff. Remember, tomorrow never comes. Do your own research and jump in the game. I'll see you guys in the next one.